alitumiwa barua but hakufungua email. You know,
he was unable to download.
You know, he was unable to download.
They're actually so manual in government, they don't do emails.
You know, and I think that is even that even makes it worse, because if it's manual, then in his office there was a pile of papers that he was supposed to go through, so it was straight in front of him. So if he didn't go through that, we can't say that because he is guilty by omission.
Labda alikuwa ameenda kuinspect maendeleo electrics pole supply in Kisii.
Ama alikuwa analia tunataka power. Anyway, so let's talk about zoning.
No, actually, you know that issue, in as much as you say it lightly, let's look at these established democracies.
Yeah.
If you look at the UK, I have seen the British Prime Minister, Sir Starmer, facing the liaison committee and taking questions from members, I mean the equivalent to members of the National Assembly. And I've seen him once do it for 3 straight hours. The elected leaders look at him in the eye and they give deep question, obviously very good English with question tags, something that we don't do in Kenya, but you know, he faces them. In the US, I've seen both the Congress, I mean, you see those secretaries going there and they face questions because these are elected leaders. These are the people who represent Wanjiku and Mora and Alima. You must face them. And if you come to Kenya, a few days ago you saw PCS Musalia Mudavadi still at the National Assembly and Senate, because Kenyans were saying, wait a minute, can you offer us clarity on the issue of Russia?
Yeah.
The PCS went to the National Assembly, Senate, and faced the members, because, you know, they elected the representatives. And I saw the same with Mbadi a few days ago.
Yeah.
He went and he was talking about this geopolitical crisis. He also faced the elected leaders. So going to the National Assembly, going to the Senate is not optional. It's a requirement of leadership, because for some reason, all of us Kenyans, I think we're 55 million. We can't fit at the Senate. We can't fit at the National Assembly. So we elect some of our representatives.
We donate the responsibility.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah. Now, when that happens, if you're in the Senate or the National Assembly, you must not use that as a factor of production.
Yeah.
Because I understand there's some members of those committees. Oh, so it's Obezoriku coming. Kabla Jafika, let's look at the Auditor General reports. He'll say, we can smell a rat.
Something.
Because I understand, by the way, this is something people will never discuss in the open. The brokers understand within the presence of the National Assembly. Some are said to be honest brokers, others are said to be dishonest brokers. So they're the ones who act as a link. Governor, let's say. But then, have you not seen sometimes when the governors walk into those committee rooms, they're very arrogant?
Yeah.
Because when they walk in, they know out of these 10 guys,
I've taken
a number have taken my resources. Yeah. So they bank tables. And I remember there's somebody who is serving as a governor today, but when she was a cabinet secretary, and she was being questioned around critical issues, there appeared so many friends of the committee, leave alone the committee. There were so many friends of the committee who showed up, giving them moral support. Yeah. Now, you're asking a very critical question around zoning. In theory, there's no zoning. In theory, zoning frustrates democracy. Is voter suppression. I mean, allow voters to cast their ballots. That is in theory. But in practice, all over the world, there is a zoning. They could use different names. And the obtaining situation within ODM today and within UDA points to, again, what Dennis raised earlier on about lack of leadership. Because you remember when Honorable Musalia Mudavadi made the statements around the earthquake moments.
Yes.
And then there was ANC, Ford Kenya, and UDA forming the Kenya Kwanza. There must have been a conversation about zoning where we are very strong. Because if you are a political party and you do not engage in zoning, probability of you losing your, you can use economic terms, competitive or comparative advantage is very high. You may find a constituency maybe has got 10 candidates, 9 Kenya Kwanza, and 1 from maybe Azimio. Obviously, even if Kenya Kwanza has got a majority of voters, these 9 guys will be scrambling for the same votes, and then the Azimio guy will go through. And one would expect that for responsible leaders, if you are the chair of ODM or if you are the chair of any other political party, do not engage these negotiations in the public space, using press conferences,
Rallies.
using funerals. These are things which are supposed to be done in the back room. And when Mr. Raila Odinga was alive, you remember his chairman then was Mbadi.
Yes.
Mbadi had all these negotiations at the back room. But now when you go to when you're doing a news conference, then you say, this is our bare minimum. Then you shout, this is our bare minimum. You know, majority of Kenyans don't want to see how the sausage is being prepared. Since you want to see the finished product. Yeah. But if you do not engage in zoning, then the probability of losing seats that you could easily win is extreme.